Sir, do Comelec rules cover negative campaigning? Like if posters describe a certain candidate as a magnanakaw, allowed ba yun? Are there
Allowed po yun.
penalties cover? It's allowed. Negative
Allowed po.
campaigning is allowed.
Yes, ma'am.
And do your rules cover? Do your rules also cover in any way trolling? Siyempre mahirap yung i-monitor, pero meron bang ganong ano? Yung mga character assassination, yung ganyang mga ano, covered ba yan? Are there any rules at all?
Kasi content po yung tinutukoy nyo eh. We do not regulate content, but we do require that candidates submit reports on the cost of the use of social media associates. Social media associates are people who, well, according to our definition anyway, are people who seek to direct the discourse through comments and engagement online. So kasama dyan yung trolls.
Is there any circumstance under which a candidate might be prohibited from running? Kasi ang impression ng mga tao, hindi naman natatakot kahit sino sa mga rules niya. Because they are still allowed to run. And actually, yung mga protests against them will be settled after what? 3-6 years? Tapos na yung term. Meron bang ganong rule na under any circumstance na pwede silang pigilang tumakbo?
Of course. Kung meron silang final conviction.
Yun na nga.
That's the problem, ma'am. The problem is that we give so much premium to the fact that they are able to get away with it.
Yes.
That we like trolling government and saying, hey, rules kayo, nakakalusot naman. And then we end up cheering for the lawbreakers. So that's the problem, isn't it? It's not so much that the problem is in the law, because the law is very fair. The law says if you don't have a final conviction, you can run. Why does it say that? The law says that because there is a constitutional presumption of innocence. Okay. Are we supposed to junk that constitutional presumption just because there's someone we don't like who's running for office? No, of course not. But the thing is, that sort of behavior, that sort of thinking na, hindi nyo naman napipigilan, so ilulusot na lang natin, that puts a premium on your ability to circumvent the law. And that, I think, is the bigger problem.
In the previous GAF, you saw that giant billboard na yung authorship is unknown. What are your thoughts on that? I mean, is this good for public discourse or for the conduct of our elections? We'd like to know what you think of it.
Ako po, part siya ng negative campaigning. Going by the definition ng partisan political activity, it is to promote or to defeat a particular candidate. So, yun nga lang po, medyo may butas as to the content kasi kaya lang hindi naman nire-regulate nga po ang content of the
You don't think it should be regulated, this kind of campaigning?
Sana po. Sana on the future elections natin, dapat maging part ng regulation ng content.
Kasi sinabi ni Mr. Jimenez that they do not regulate content.
Yes.
Yeah. Kayo po, what are your thoughts on this? Ma'am Frel?
That falls under also the ambit of free expression. So that's why it would be difficult to regulate content. So Comelec is shying away from it. But from maybe personal standpoint, the way I see it, to me it's a no.
Professor?
Yeah, of course, I agree. Content is hard to be regulated, and we have to assume freedom of expression here. But I think the challenge would be, in terms of voter education, how to properly educate the voters in terms of appreciating such content. Because don't get me wrong, there's data there: 41 undeclared properties, 2.4 billion. I mean, what are these figures all about? So I think that's part of the discourse. So we can use that as a takeoff point in terms of enriching the discussion of issues during a campaign period.
But you, did I get it right? All of you agreed that content should not be regulated because it is freedom of expression? Is that correct?
Yes.
Negative or positive?
Yes, it's still expression.
Yes.
Because again, pag nangampanyang kandidato nga naman, wala ka namang control kung sabihin totoo, hindi yung kanyang pangako.
Because the danger in terms of controlling content is that you might end up infringing on freedom of expression. So of course, there could be noble intentions behind it to help raise the level of discourse, but controlling content casts a wide net, and even media reportage could be affected in the future. So we're trying to avoid that.
Yeah, but in the meantime,